the Wrestle Story. We discuss all things wrestling. The legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Wednesday after NXT and AEW, and every Friday after Smackdown. We will also stream after every pay-per-view, and we will have a special selection show on Thursday for War Games and Survivor Series.
He listened to me.
Can everybody hear me?
Is everybody, we all good?
I hope so.
Are we good?
Hope so.
Are we live? Are we together?
Alright, so we're going to talk about, first thing we're going to talk about here is...
It did not show up.
Did not show up. Great.
Well, okay, regardless, whether the graphic showed up or not, we are talking about AEW
yes,
first.
We are.
Honestly, I didn't hate AEW show this week. It just wasn't as interesting as NXT was.
No, I thought NXT was good this week.
Better than AEW.
Yeah, definitely better than AEW.
But what the heck did you do?
I moved it.
It's like moving up the screen and they can see it and
yeah,
it's all like weird.
Trying to make things look cool.
Okay.
How's it going, Nell, the Wrestling Squad, James, and John L?
What's up? So, yeah, I didn't watch either tonight. I'm addicted to Disney Plus. Well, that's cool. I'm addicted to Disney Plus, too.
But we find time to do wrestling shows just for you.
Yeah. Disney Plus.
So you can come to us and watch this without having to watch the show.
Yeah. True. Those are true facts. So, anyways, we're starting with AEW. Like I said, I didn't think AEW was as good as NXT was just because, well, Becky graced us with her presence.
Definitely.
Yes, she did, James. Yes, she did, finally. So we're starting with AEW. The show started off with Nick Jackson versus Rey Fenix. Going into this, I was like, okay, this should be a good match. Man, oh man. Hey,
How you doing, Elijah?
What's up? So I don't... Going into this, I was excited to see this match because it should be good, and that was like my thought process.
Something different.
Triple H said we were going to see some surprises at NXT. Well, we got surprises, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But going into this, you know, you didn't put the date in the thing. You probably should do that. Yeah. Sorry. Anyways, mid-thought. I thought this was going to be a good match. And I'm not saying it wasn't a good match. It's just like the placement of it. Like, I didn't really care because NXT was better. And I paid more attention to NXT than the first part of AEW.
Yeah.
Because NXT was better.
Well, that's just it. I mean, I think that AEW knew that going into this week that there was a good shot that if NXT doesn't win this week in the ratings, they're probably never going to win.
Which, yeah.
Because they kind of built this up on Raw and SmackDown.
Uh-huh.
So I think that...
Marco Stunt has potential to be world champion. He has it all. Muscles and mic skills.
And size.
JK.
And size. Don't forget size, Elijah.
You never know. I mean...
I like the whole gimmick. I like what they're doing with that. And the whole gimmick there is pretty cool.
I like it too. So anyways, Nick Jackson versus Rey Fenix. Fenix won. I thought it was an okay match. It was like fine. But like I said, I didn't pay too much attention to it because I was paying more attention to NXT.
Well, and I think one of the issues you have with this match is they've, like, Nick Jackson even sent out a tweet earlier talking about being in a singles match for the first time in forever.
Yes.
And so
putting it on first. Putting it on first was just kind of like, it's not that exciting.
No.
So having it being like...
So here's the question. Are the Young Bucks ever going to win?
They might. Once upon a time.
It seems like they lose all the time.
Well, now they do. They used to win all the time. They have to even it out. You know, I suppose. So, Phoenix won. You know, it's cool. AEW need more males. LOL. Marty might be on his way. Some free agent is leaving Ring of Honor.
I've seen Marty is supposed to be there either, and this is just a rumor, I don't know if it's true, be there sometime in the next month.
Young Bucks turn heel?
I'd make it interesting.
Possibly. I mean, they've...
And I had that thought, too, that maybe they turn heel and go, hey, you know what? We're not doing anything here with what we're doing right now, so...
Screw the Elite. We're joining the Inner Circle.
Yeah. They could.
Can't beat Santana and Ortiz? Join them.
They join the Dark Order.
That'd be dumb.
Well, it might be dumb, but I think it'd be cool.
Okay, well, I don't like the Dark Order, and I'll explain more on that later. But, so Fenix won. I thought it was an okay match. Was it anything spectacular? No. Was it anything, like, terrible? No. So, it was, like, an okay opening to the show. Then we got Britt Baker versus Hikaru Shida. I said going into this, Shida needed to win, and if she did not win, that would be laughable. I get them trying to make Baker their big face and their big star, and I think if they were, like, then don't put her up against Shida. That's all I'm gonna say. Because you have to have Shida win. You had to.
Well, I guess. But I guess if you're trying to make Baker your star, then...
Which is what I was saying, yeah.
You want to have her win.
You want to have her win, but you can't put her up against Hikaru Shida and then have her lose.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that Shida won. That was the right choice.
And it was
there.
an okay match. I mean, it wasn't...
Nothing spectacular. Again, I was just kind of in and out of it. Wasn't really paying attention to the first part of the AEW show because of NXT. And it was better. I had both on in the same room and I was paying attention to both-ish. But I paid more attention to NXT.
Flip contracts expired 2021.
Yeah. So, I mean, there could be a lot of different people going in.
Not bashing AEW, this is why I don't watch that crap of a show. Just look how they continue to treat the women, especially Britt, having her lose every single week, and not even showcasing Allin.
See, the thing is, Britt doesn't lose every single week. This was the first time in a bit that Britt has lost, and I think that was a good choice in this situation, because she shouldn't have beat
AEW is boring.
Shida.
I thought tonight it was boring. I've been impressed with some of the shows, and the thing with AEW is I think that they create more storylines. They just need to get them out there better. Yeah. And not just tonight was definitely boring. I thought tonight's AEW was boring.
Probably the worst AEW I've seen ever.
Yeah.
Like their worst television.
But again, I think that they were expecting to have a big show out of NXT with the
AEW goes to 2 hours if they sign more guys.
Well, they need to sign more guys anyway, I think.
Yeah.
And more women because there's just not enough there.
No. So, wait, AEW work with Triple H, why not bring some Triple H guys?
Yeah, AAA, I mean, they could, and even New Japan, if they could do something with New Japan. And I know New Japan's got a deal over here now with having wrestling over here in the States. But they could probably do something with crossing over. And
it is 2 hours.
It is 2 hours long.
It is 2 hours. I thought it was 2 hours. I was like, wait a minute, is it not 2 hours already?
Yeah.
It doesn't really feel like 2 hours. Which I suppose is a good thing.
Well, tonight I thought it felt like 2 hours.
I mean, I think probably because I had NXT on, I really didn't, pay attention.
Tonight it was...
And I didn't really
It was slow tonight.
It was, 2 hours. But, thought it was 1 hour.
It went by so fast. It goes by so fast, Elijah. You don't even realize how long
Generally,
it is.
I don't...
15 minutes. It's 15 minutes long.
Generally, I don't feel like it's 2 hours long, but I suppose, tonight I could see how it was...
Too much coffee.
how it was kind of it felt really long. So, we got Shida winning. That was a good choice. Then we got a Dark Order promo. This is odd. So...
I thought this was cool.
Okay, it might be cool, but I don't understand these guys' gimmick. I don't get it. They go out there. They're these big bad dudes who have these people following them around. They make a human chair, and they sit in it. They then, last week, attempted to recruit Marco's Stunt. Right? Yeah. And now we get this weird video like trying to brainwash you into being part of the Dark Order. I don't get the gimmick.
Dark Order, aka a movie character. Yeah, I thought this was cool. I thought what they did tonight was cool.
I don't get the gimmick.
I do. They're the Dark Order.
I don't care. What does that mean?
They're part of the dark side, dude. The show of all shows is back January 6th. Manifest.
Sorry.
But yeah, I like this. I like what they did tonight. I thought it was kind of cool what they did with this. I thought it was a commercial at first. And then I thought that... And then we were sitting there watching, and I'm like, no, this is like part of the show.
Hey, Export, what's up? Mox Murding
how you
Online
doing,
Television.
Export?
You gotta love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. I don't know why, but I think Dark Order might let a tall guy join them. Just anyone in general, or you got a tall guy in mind?
Luchasaurus.
He's not going to the Dark Order.
He shouldn't, but Luchasaurus, I think that's what he's talking about. But I could be wrong. He might be talking about somebody else. But Luchasaurus, that's what I'm going to say.
I can't see him going.
He shouldn't go, because then that ruins Jurassic Express.
Yeah.
Your best thing you got going in the triple threat.
Maybe the whole Jurassic Express will join him. Because they tried to get him to join last week. So that might be what happens. The video package is very needed for the Dark Order. Yeah, and I thought it was cool.
John, what is up?
I was too focused on NXT. What happened on AEW?
My thoughts exactly. I did watch both. AEW, just listen up, bro, because we're talking about that right now. I would love to see
Muertes.
I was gonna say you should say that because I'm gonna screw it up. By the way, what's up? What's up, bro? So let's see.
How you doing, Gustavo?
AEW. Champions.
I will say AEW I didn't think was as good this week as it has been.
No.
Can we just skip AEW? Hello, just kidding. It was just so boring. It was. I thought it was boring.
We'll touch on Jim Cornette.
We're gonna talk about Jim Cornette, James.
I didn't watch a speck of AEW tonight. Not gonna lie, my attention was on NXT. I can kind of agree with that. I paid more attention to NXT than AEW. I had both on, and I paid attention during like promos to write down what they said. But like, if NXT doesn't beat AEW in the ratings tonight, I don't even know.
How you doing, observing stuff?
What's up? So after this, we get the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal. It consists of Adam Page, Orange Cassidy, whatever the member of Best Friends is. I don't know what his name was. It's not the one guy who was in a match like last week. Well, I don't know. The other guy. Kip Sabian, Jimmy Havoc, Jungle Boy, Marco Stunt, Pentagon Jr., Sonny Kiss, Joey Janela, MJF, and Billy Gunn. Before the match gets started, Christopher Daniels sneak attacks Pentagon. During a commercial break, Sean Spears eliminates Joey Janela. And then MJF and Adam Page are the last two men standing. And they will fight each other next week for something. They get to win something. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what they win. Does anybody know what the purpose of the match next week is for the two guys? Do they get like a championship match, or like I didn't quite get what they got if they won? Like the match next week? I hope that made sense the way I said that.
Yeah.
I don't.
For the title, are they gonna get a title shot?
That's what I was wondering, because I don't really know what the point was to have the Battle Royal and then to have the two guys that were left standing have a match next week, and then one of them gets the opportunity.
I just assumed one of them's gonna get a title.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Why not just do it with the Battle Royal? You don't have to have the whole second match at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it was very fun and interesting. It was good to see Billy Gunn. I thought he's like jacked.
Yeah.
He's like an old dude, but he's really muscular.
Well, he stays in shape. Yeah, obviously you can tell us at least.
Definitely.
Muscle-wise, he stays in shape.
He's more muscular than some of the guys that were in the ring.
Yeah.
Which is like, geez, because he's like older than like all of them.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, he stays in good shape, which is,
That was a fun battle royal, freshly squeezed. I did see the AEW match with the Street Profits. That's not an accident. That's funny.
He can
I
still
love
go,
how
which
they're
is
still
cool to
building
see.
feuds in Battle Royal. Yes, this is the one thing I will say about AEW. They do a good job of continuing the storyline and creating some storylines. And so, even though tonight wasn't great, there's still storylines that are being built, and I think that's cool. Billy Gunn,
He can
yes,
still
definitely.
go, which is cool to see.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my point of my thing. He's still like good in the ring.
Elijah needs a freshly squeezed hat from Orange Cassidy or ice cream.
Ice cream bar clean.
Yeah. He can still go, which is cool to see. Yes, definitely. Did Chris Jericho hit that awful move again?
He did. He did hit it on somebody tonight.
Yeah.
AEW using guys WWE. You hear us? Take notes. MJF and Paige, the last two guys standing. They have their match next week, and then we get Jericho's announcement. He comes out and apologizes, but he doesn't really apologize because Jake Hager does it for him because he can't say sorry. Every time he does, he goes, he's sorry. And he says next week, I will finally get the thank you that I deserve from the AEW executives and all you people. All you people here, you will tell me thank you. Because you know what next week is? Next week is Thanksgiving. And, well, we're going to have a Le Champion Thanksgiving celebration.
MJF got a good amount of heat from that Battle Royal. Yes, definitely.
Okay, whoa. Step backwards real quick. Okay, did anybody else... I don't understand how this worked. Because Jungle Boy knocked MJF out of the ring, and I thought it was as soon as you were over the top rope, you were the last dude. Like, you got eliminated, right? That's how, like, Battle Royals work. And so, well, he got thrown over, but then Jungle Boy was standing on the apron, and he got pulled down, and then MJF pulled him off the thing, and then he won. I don't understand that. Can anybody else make sense of that for me? Because that made no sense whatsoever. No. Jungle Boy should have won the match, right? Because he threw MJF over the top rope and was the last dude, aside from Adam Page.
Well, yeah, based on what we saw, I mean.
And then MJF pulled him off the thing, and then they called for the bell and said that MJF was the winner.
Yeah.
What? Did that make any sense?
I have to go back.
I would have to go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
Because I don't know for sure. I don't know.
Nobody else knows because everybody else watched NXT.
I paid attention to this one thing, and nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Glean, you cut the turkey and the turkey pop out and saying Le Champion.
No, you didn't even say right. It's Le Champion.
Oh, sorry. Le Champion.
Thank you.
There, how's that?
Side question.
How much does Marco Stunt weigh? I'm a smaller guy myself, but he is tiny.
I don't know.
I don't know. He's not very big.
Did you see MJF got eliminated from the top rope?
See? Export's talking about it.
He went over the top rope, I think. In a Battle Royal, aren't you supposed to go over the top rope?
Yes.
He got, like, the flippy thing around Lucha moves over the top rope from Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
I don't understand how he wasn't eliminated.
Maybe they'll tie that in somehow.
Nah, this is going to annoy me. I'm going to have to go back.
Well, maybe it's tired of AEW. Someone turn heel clean, watch out.
Where'd you get I'm tired of AEW from? I never said that. Those words never came out of my mouth. Don't put words in my mouth, Elijah. I'm going to put words in your mouth. Elijah hates AEW, folks. He said it here, right in the chat. Elijah hates AEW.
Now you did it, Elijah. Look out.
You heard it. You heard it here first,
You're
folks.
You're going to get the rant. I guess I didn't much from AEW. NXT was great in my opinion. It was better tonight, definitely. I thought it was really good.
Okay, I have to.
Here we go, Maven heel promo on Elijah.
Hold on! I have to watch this. I have to find this. You keep talking about whatever. No. Actually, don't, because we're on the Jericho promo, and I am going to reenact it for you.
I'm not Jim Cornette.
But I have to find out what the heck happened here. No, stop. Ads. I hate ads.
Yes. So you're going to sit here.
Whoa, go backwards. Pause. I found it.
She's watching the video right now. I'll wait for the next E part so I don't change the subject of AEW.
Keep watching.
All right, we're watching live.
Okay.
Not
There's
live.
Kip Sabian. Kisses what's-her-face. He ends up getting thrown over the top rope, right? No! No!
That was a cool move.
No! He didn't even throw MJF over the top rope. That was freaking Kip Sabian.
Yep.
Where did MJF come from?
He came from the crowd.
Did he slide under the ring?
I don't even see him.
He's over here by the stairs. That.
There he comes.
MJF being MJF. I didn't even see that. I thought he threw. Well, I feel stupid. That's what happened. It was Kip Sabian that got eliminated.
Yes.
By Jungle Boy.
Wasn't.
Jungle Boy thought he won. MJF then came. I guess he went through the bottom rope or something. MJF, I guess, rolled through the bottom rope. Didn't get thrown over the top. He then sat by the stairs, waited for Jungle Boy to look at Paige, and then he pulled him off. And then
How you doing, Scott?
he won. MJF. Can't believe you.
While we're off topic, guys, I hear that
I just got
downloading
MJF.
a second Joker movie at WB Studios right now. Well, that's cool. I think he slid. Yeah, he just slid underneath the ropes.
That's what he
Hey,
did.
getting
I
in
didn't
NXT
even
is
see
greater
him
than
do
AEW.
that.
The tag team matches were incredible. The whole show was incredible, I thought, for NXT.
That's what I call a heel being smart. I agree. I just wish I would have saw it.
The referee is scared of Wardlow. Go ahead, MJF, and enter. Yeah.
I wish I would have.
That's what I call a heel being smart. That's what makes a good heel.
I didn't even see him do it. Joker 2 will be starring Seth Rollins.
That's funny.
Ha ha ha. Bro, how is Moxley versus Darby? We're getting to that, John. Hold on, bro. So, anyways, Jericho's announcement, now that we've gone over the stupid thing where I screwed up and thought it was MJF, but it was actually Kip Sabian. Moving on, Jericho's promo. He apologizes, says next week he'll finally get the thank you he deserves from AEW executives and the people. It's his Chris Jericho, let's give thanks, les champions, thing. I mean, it wasn't your fault, Maven. You were watching NXT, right? I mean, yeah, I did pay attention to that segment. I just obviously didn't pay attention very well because, well, I wasn't paying attention. Maven, the manager, Matt Riddle, that Triple H surprise. Thoughts on AEW getting sued? Who sued him? I didn't even know they got sued.
I haven't seen that.
Scott, you have to tell us. City Exports sued by who? Who'd they get sued by?
Breaking news.
Maven versus Russo versus Riddle in a bro contest.
That's funny.
I would beat them all any day. WWE is suing them for what?
Bash at the beach.
Is that what they're suing them for? For what?
I'm guessing.
Bash at the beach, probably. Maybe. Scott, I don't believe you. Hey,
They're probably suing him because they thought Wednesday nights was theirs.
I can confirm.
I figured.
That he probably has better sources than Brad Shepard. Take what he says, believe that more than stupid people on Twitter.
When the whole Bash at the Beach thing came out.
Look at Cody Rhodes' tweets.
Okay. I didn't even know. Hey, keep talking about the show.
Okay, I'm sorry. But,
I'll look this up.
Okay, good. I just went and looked at highlights of NXT. Can't wait to hear what y'all have to say because the highlights looked amazing. Yep, we're almost there. Close to it. Doesn't Cody have the rights to it? I thought they bought Bash at the Beach. I thought they bought that name. Well, trademarked it or whatever. They got it. I thought that's what they did. Apparently not. I did not know that. So, anyways, SCU then comes out and says, it takes a real man to apologize, but you forgot to mention why you threw that fit last week. The rumor is it's over trademarks. Interesting. Is that what that's for? Or what did he say?
Right here. Oh, it's down here. Quit.
But just that, though? Anyways. Oh, you're right. WWE does keep your name. But what if it's your real name? Nobody should be able to own a person's real name. War's over. Cody's name. Maven for a split second lost her train of thought. Yes. Yes, I did.
So what's the part that's trademarked?
The pettiness. Pretty much. Honestly, I think, I don't even know what they want to do, but they're just, it's true they're getting sued by WWE for Bash at the Beach. WWE owns the rights to the trademark and likeness. But I thought that AEW bought it. They bought a whole bunch of names, I thought, or they were trying to buy a whole bunch of names, like the old WCW pay-per-views. I'm probably the only one who hasn't watched NXT here. Export. Man, what are you doing?
Good job, Export.
I don't even know what to say, man. Cody mentioned it's over pettiness, so I assume it's WWE.
Probably.
So no War Games for AEW. No.
That's right. War Games is out of the question.
Pretty much. So anyways, going back to the Jericho SCU promo. SCU comes out, says it takes a real man to apologize. But you forgot to mention why you threw
Hang on, just a second. Before we go on,
that fit last week.
This is why when people talk about AEW taking shots at WWE, there's a reason they do it. Because WWE does this crap and brings it on themselves.
I get it and I understand that. But I don't know what AEW expected. If they were going to get Bash at the Beach or attempt to use it, what did they think was going to happen? It was owned by WWE. WWE was the one who, they used it, or WCW was, but then WWE bought them, so then it was theirs. So, I don't know what AEW expected. Did they expect them not to try something?
When you're working for WWE, you gotta do what Billy Gunn. He bought his rights to the wrestling name Billy Gunn, so you can use it anywhere. You see Dakota Kai getting frustrated with their match. Yes, definitely. I see where you're coming from, Mr. G. The shots are in interviews and podcasts, though, which is fine. I'm cool with them doing that. I don't have an issue with them taking shots at WWE. WWE's taking shots at them, so I think it's kind of one of those things that it's kind of back and forth.
Maven looks like a young Lacey Evans.
Someone had a sign in the front row sending shots at Vince. Yeah, I did see that too. Maven looks, yes.
Like a young Lacey Evans.
Yes.
Thank you very much. That was what I was going for today. 100%. I'll take it. I used to not like Lacey, but I can stand her now.
I've been saying it, Glenn. AEW needs to focus on them and not WWE. Now it's bite them in the butt. I don't have an issue with it.
See, that's kind of
Take
the
shots
way.
at them.
Okay, but that's kind of the way I feel. Is don't make it so all you're doing is taking shots at WWE. And John said there's also shots and promos. There are. And if that's what they're there to do, then okay, fine. But all Maven needs now is a hat like her and to start calling people nasties.
Hold on, John. We have a 100 subscriber special that we're going to be doing. So.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know, man. You never know. You just have to wait. Wait and see.
Yes.
See what happens. Anyways, the shots that AEW are shots at WWE, I don't know. They need to focus on themselves, I think, because now it is going to bite them in the butt, and I think they need to just focus on their own company, focus on getting that big, because, well, what did you come here to do? Did you come here to start a wrestling company? Or did you come here to just take shots at WWE?
Where have a lot of these wrestlers been at WWE?
Maybe it's gonna dress like Lacey for the special, and Mr. G is gonna be Hunter.
That's it. You got it, John.
You got it. Hit the nail right on the head.
You figured it out.
100%. So I don't know. I think they do need to stop. They just need to focus on themselves.
Yeah, I think that.
Because the way I see
think
it
that what
is
they're doing is fine.
I'm not saying I have a problem with it, but I think they need to focus on themselves more, because I feel like they do a lot of taking shots at WWE. And, it doesn't... I mean, Mr. G kind of got the beard like him already. You just gotta shave your head.
I shaved my head and I got it down.
Let's see.
The thing is, they haven't taken a shot in a couple weeks. It's been a couple weeks since you've seen the shot.
Possibly, but
Mr. G versus Brad Shepard at WrestleMania. I'm ready.
All right, we'll take on Brad Shepard at WrestleMania, and I will beat him.
I doubt AEW and WWE will get along anytime soon. Dustin Rhodes is an amazing commentator, by the way. If you watched AEW Dark, he's hilarious.
I haven't.
He's like Cody. I mean, they're good on the mic.
Don't tell me.
They're good on the mic. I mean, that's just.
I haven't been watching AEW Dark, but I've heard that some of the stuff is good. I just haven't watched any of it. So anyways, we're trying to get through this SCU Jericho promo, guys. We keep getting off track. We're talking about shots. We're talking about this. We're talking about that. Come on. We're talking about SCU and Jericho. So anyways, they're like, we're the reasons through fit last week. Scott. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, we have thoughts.
In just a minute. Well, I mean, yes, we have thoughts.
I have a problem with AEW taking shots. They're acting like high school students being petty.
Pretty much. And which is why I think they should focus on themselves.
Well, didn't WWE start out as the bully?
How did they start out as a bully?
When the whole thing started, they took shots at AEW.
Okay.
So how do you fight a bully? You hit him in the nose.
Okay. If I hit a bully in the nose, I get suspended. So, I think they should focus on themselves.
Whatever.
Does WWE take shots at...
Exactly, Scott.
No, okay, well, hold on. That might have been how it started.
Shots were fired by WWE. They brought it on.
No, but does WWE consistently, every week, go out there and take shots at AEW? The answer is no. They don't. What does AEW keep doing? Constantly, they're out there throwing shots at WWE.
That's right. You let the bully know we're still around.
But WWE hasn't... Okay, Rollins doesn't count. Rollins is his own person. I don't care. Maven, Mr. G is giving you permission to punch someone in the face. Okay, true. I would, if I had the opportunity, I would punch somebody in the face. Okay. But anyways. But you know what I mean? Rollins works for WWE. And I get that. But how many times are people out there, week after week, on WWE TV, taking shots at AEW? You don't see it. Because they're focused on themselves and getting their crappy storylines over. Which, doesn't work. But, regardless, they're not out there every week beating down AEW.
AEW doing shots every week. They haven't done it every week. Like, they didn't do it this week. At least I don't think they did.
Okay, they do it quite often. Whether they do it every week or not.
I can't reach someone to punch someone in the face.
That might be my problem. I might need to be like, hold on, give me a second. Let me grab a step stool. Grab a step stool, set it up. Pa-pow. There you go. Now you're punched in the face.
AEW's wrestlers are probably mad at WWE, and AEW knows the fans will like it. Yeah, probably. Articles every day.
I don't know, man. You don't see WWE going out there every week crapping on AEW. Taking shots at AEW. You just don't see that. But constantly, AEW is doing it. So I think that AEW should focus on themselves more.
Well, like I said, it's one of those things where you let the bully know you're still around. All right, get on with the show.
Okay, whatever.
Because everybody wants to talk NXT.
Anyways, we're getting there. Just calm down.
Except for Export. I think Export's the one that said that.
So, they're like, yeah, you threw a fit last week. It's because we gave you your first loss ever in AEW. Jericho then, or not Jericho, Scorpio Sky says, I need to apologize because we never meant to embarrass you. Never meant to embarrass you. Jericho then says, you didn't embarrass me. You think you embarrassed me? You didn't embarrass me. What are you even talking about? And then he goes on to say, I want a match with you one-on-one where I can prove that you won on a fluke. And so, well, I'm going to beat you in a singles match with no championships, that can be thrown at my head with no any interference, nothing. And Christopher Daniels then says, we need time to prepare. We need time to prepare, guys. We need a month or 2 months or we just need some time. My hair's falling over and it's kind of annoying.
How did we go from talking about this promo to you talking about your hair?
It fell sideways.
Like anybody wants to talk about your hair.
No, but it fell sideways and it has to all be on the one side, otherwise OCD. I have to fix it. Then Jericho's like, no, we will fight next week. And then Frankie Kazarian, he goes, well, Scorpio, don't mention the AEW championship because, you know, he has a problem with the championship. So, let's talk about my hair. Spoiler alert, I have none.
In other words, it's gone, right, Scott?
So
it just left.
So then Jericho's like, okay, fine. I'll defend my championship against you. What are you even talking about, man?
The female Dolph Ziggler. That's funny. Scorpio is awesome on the mic, and he should be champion.
He should be. I almost want him to win the championship next week.
Definitely.
Like, I think that would be excellent. So then Sky says, next week, well, they get in each other's faces, and they shake hands. And then Sky says, next week, I might just turn Le Champion into Le Bitch. And then Jericho attacks him, and then the Inner Circle attacks, and then Jurassic Express comes to help. And, well, they got, beat down. And then Luchasauras came face-to-face with Jake Hager. And, well, Jake Hager walked away.
Nah, he's just going to stand there and pretend like he's...
I don't think he signed to be a wrestler. I think he just signed to be a...
bodyguard?
Pretty much. I think so. I think that is accurate.
Scorpio Sky is Too Cold Scorpio 2.0, but better. That's why he's 2.0. He's improved.
Yes, 100%.
You don't have to say but better, because that 2.0 kind of implies that he's already better.
So yeah, I mean, I like that.
He's a mannequin, yes.
I love, I think Scorpio Sky has a real shot at being champ. And I think it'd be great. So.
I think he'd be great, especially, I mean, he's got the mic skills, he's got it all, so I think that he'd be a good champion.
I also like WWE's promo school on YouTube. It's pretty cool. They had Gabriel, I don't even know how to say his last name.
Iglesias.
That's what I thought it was. But
on there shooting a promo with the Samoa Joe, and it was amazing and funny. I'll check it out.
AEW's women's division is terrible. Scott, tell me about it. I find it very funny. I understand they don't have very many women, and I get that, but they were all like, oh, yeah, we're going to focus on the women and make them a big deal, and they're going to have a big spot, and they're going to be this, that, and the other thing, and we're going to focus on everybody. But then...
How you doing, Justin?
But then they don't focus on the women. It's almost like, okay, so was that just a ploy just to get people to come and look at it and check it out, and then you just are like, ha, 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 ha. We're going to be just like WWE and not use our women.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
That's what I don't understand, is that they, promised that in the beginning.
You don't have the numbers. You have some that are still signed and working in other organizations, so you kind of have to pick and choose when people are going to be there.
I mean, I get that. I totally get that.
And so, when the numbers aren't there, I think that's where you have the issue.
The only one I know in the division is Britt Baker. Did you know she's a dentist?
Yes.
Yes, 100%. That's, I would have never guessed she's a dentist.
Wrestling is missing storylines. That's why I've said that, like Lucha Underground, I thought was pretty cool. I watched it for the first time a couple weeks ago. And just the fact that they have a storyline, it's almost like a soap opera.
Mm-hmm. Definitely check it out. Gabriel Iglesias is a comedian. He already has mic skills, and he did a very good job. Joe did better than usual with the WWE promos for actual matches. Joe always cuts great promos.
Wrestle Story greater than Wrestling Observer.
Thanks, man.
I don't know about that, but hey,
Thanks,
we're working on it.
We try. We try to be cool. We try to give valid information. And even when we don't give valid information, we try to make it as valid as possible.
Yeah. I mean, AEW is still kind of new, so I'm not expecting everything to be perfect like the women's division. Yeah, I mean, they're still building stuff, and I think that's one of the things that they're doing. Which Underground is cool because they have seasons. Yeah, and that's what I said is it's like a soap opera, so it's like things end.
It was already taped, but Kenny defended the AAA Mega Championship against the Librarian.
I did see that.
Aye.
I saw where they talked about that.
You going to check out Lucha Underground?
Mr. G should fight Meltzer and Alvarez.
Pretty much. You'll be happy. Yay. So then we got Luchasaurus versus Peter Avalon. This was just kind of like a squash match. Luchasaurus won. It was very, Luchasaurus won. Then we got Santana and Ortiz versus Private Party. Now, in all honesty,
AKA. Go ahead and say it.
What?
AKA.
Street Profits.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure who we were talking about AKAing because Santana and Ortiz, they already have like they. Is it raining?
Lucha hurt the librarian. Yes.
I think it's raining.
Yeah, it's been raining.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. I like rain. Rain is cool. Anyways, so yeah, I don't quite know. Can Export, you still here? Can you will there be shows next week because of Thanksgiving? Yes.
Like, will we have shows next week? Is that what you're asking, Scott?
Scott, what do you?
Show must go on.
What do you think we are, man?
The show must go on.
We will still have shows.
We will be here
next week. We will be here.
Is it because you're sad, Maven? Is that like rain? Okay, referring to NXT AEW. As long as that, I believe they have a show.
Yeah, they have a show next week.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Thursday? It's always on Thursday. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Snow greater than rain. Yes.
I like rain better. Now, okay, I like snow, but it has to be the right kind of snow. If it's like icy snow.
Santana and Ortiz, aka Mexican Street Profits, okay?
Well, true, but Private Party is also, you know.
Her name reminds me of the ex-WWE wrestler named Maven.
Yep. It's totally where I got it. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding.
Rain is greater than snow.
I think rain is greater than snow. Because, I don't know, I just don't like snow as much. It has to be, like I said, it has to be the right kind of snow, though. If it's like the powdery snow that, like, you know, you can, like, throw in the air and it, like, flies everywhere.
Snow during Christmas is awesome.
Yeah,
NXT
I think that's
won over
great.
The crowd. Yes, they
But,
did.
like, any other type of snow? Yeah.
Santana Ortiz equals Mexican Usos.
True.
Favorite Thanksgiving. I will, you know what? Stick around and we'll talk about that as soon as we're done getting through this, because it's taking us forever to get through this AEW.
It's because we're talking about other things. Maven got her name from the ECW legend Raven. Sure, we'll go with that too. No, I just like the name Maven. It's pretty. I mean, you know, it's like my name.
Snow is nice until you have it to get it off your car and drive. Yes. And it's cold out.
Baked mac and cheese. Bruh, baked mac and cheese is really good. It's not my favorite though, but it is really good. So I don't. Is Export still here? Are you still here, Export? If you're not still here, well, that's okay too. But did Santana and Ortiz win this match?
Don't say anything, John.
Shh, we're not gonna even read that comment.
We don't even know.
We're not. Shh, we can't.
We're not saying it.
Sorry, John. We can't read your comment.
No.
I think Santana and Ortiz won this match. I could be wrong, but then it just kind of went into pandemonium and people got attacked by the Inner Circle. Sammy Guevara came out, and I thought this was hilarious. Sammy Guevara came out, and...
Read it.
No, never. John, don't jinx it. Don't do it. So, Sammy Guevara came out, and he had his like, vlogging camera with him, and he literally, like, he beat up Dustin with the camera in his hand, and I was like, that's hilarious. Was it Dustin, or was it Nick? I don't remember who it was, but he beat up somebody with a vlog camera in his hand, and he, like, vlogged the whole thing, and I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
And then he got in the ring, and Dustin Rhodes attacked him, and then picked up the camera and was, like, yelling at it, and it was so funny. So, yeah, that happened, and then
one of my good friends is trying out at the Performance Center Friday morning. Hey, that's cool.
Super cool.
Let us know how it goes, James.
So then Kenny Omega, we got a video from him. I don't quite know what this video was about. I didn't really listen to it because I was watching NXT. So, Kenny Omega video. And then we got Jon Moxley versus Private Party won that match. Never mind. Forget I said anything. It was Private Party.
That's what happens when
that
you
is why Export
NXT
is here.
And...
I was paying attention to NXT, and then the match was over, and I was like, who won this? I don't know who it was. Private Party. Forget I said anything.
I'm going to have a match with some of y'all in here.
Private Party won, not Santana and Ortiz.
Internet works. Internet works. Internet works. Internet is working.
Shouldn't have said that.
The Private Party match is really good.
Yeah, my bad. Private Party won. Like I said, I wasn't paying attention, but NXT was better. So, then we got Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin in the main event. I thought this was a good match of what I saw. You know, I think both of these guys could have a really good, like, death match.
Yes.
So, like, cool. Cool.
And that is how
Moxley won.
Yeah.
Allin ended up in a body
Santana
bag.
Ortiz won like 2 matches, right, Lean? I think so.
I like the way AEW uses the cutter move.
Yeah.
I hope Enzo and Cass is a big return to WWE.
I'm tired of death matches.
I hope not.
I think if they don't use them too much, I'm cool with death matches.
The ending was pretty good. Watch Triple H big surprise at War Games to be the 4th of Ciampa revealed to be
Johnny Impact.
Yo! I could totally... Okay, we're going to have a conversation about this. Because Okay, how do I get to the other one? There it is. There is so much speculation as to who the 4th guy is going to be, and we didn't get any answers tonight, and I'm kind of a little upset with the way Kanye West opened the NXT conference.
Why are you screaming?
Because I can. That's why. When in doubt, I scream about everything. So, anyways,
I have a feeling someone big is coming Sunday.
So,
We're
gonna talk about
who do
the
you
ending.
think's big that's gonna come on Sunday?
Because the ending of NXT was good and I liked it, but the very ending.
Export right now. We are switching over
to NXT. Who is the women's team for NXT Sunday? Let you know in a second, Scott. Export's gonna hop out of the chat after we get the NXT logo up there, maybe possibly someday. So you want to rap battle me, Maven? I would lose.
There we are. We're gonna talk about NXT right now, Export.
That's I would lose. So we're not even gonna try that, man. They better not give Kanye a mic. Think about it, guys. They said he signed, but now it's kind of worn down as far as people talking about it. There'd be perfect opportunity.
I hope it's not Conor McGregor.
Hope not. And there goes the internet. Lol.
Nope. Still looking good.
We're still good.
Still looking good. We're still good, Scott.
So, Export, what you got against NXT?
He didn't watch
it yet. He has to watch it.
So he doesn't want us to spoil it for him.
Zendal, he's just got to watch it.
I would not love it if McGregor went to NXT or to WWE.
I don't want anybody from MMA to come to WWE.
Just because it seems like that's where all MMA goes to like retire and still keep their name relevant. No, you don't stop.
So I just don't want that. So,
all right, so here we go. NXT.
My thoughts on NXT. Okay, so overall I thought it was a really good show. I liked it so much more than AEW. The ending, like the very end of it, I kind of was a little bit like, I can't believe you just did that. So I'll share my thoughts on it. John, we might finally agree on something. For once. Finally.
Zandel didn't like his message. So
we might possibly
he retracted it.
Agree on something for like the first time ever, John. Just you wait.
Moxley is getting tall now. Yeah, he's growing.
So we start
He
NXT.
takes his vitamins and says his prayers.
Well, why shouldn't they?
They can't fight in MMA as long as they could in WWE. Conor already shot promos in UFC. Yeah, I mean...
He was small in WWE. I'm getting short. Scott, I know the feeling. The only other people
You're actually getting tall, so...
Okay, well, I'm getting tall. I'm not getting short, but I am still short.
The only other people I could think about is maybe Marty Scurll or Johnny Impact. I said Marty because his contract is either up with Ring of Honor or is coming to an end.
I didn't know Export hasn't seen it, so I felt bad, so I took back my message. That's cool, Zendo.
Oh, got you.
That's cool. I think he's gone.
Yeah.
I think he actually left because we're talking about NXT.
Yeah. As soon as we started talking about NXT, he took off.
It's cool.
I think he was past his puberty.
So, anyways, NXT. We start the show off. Me and Maven agreeing on something equals
alternate universe.
The surprise Saturday. So let's start with the show. So Becky put up a tweet and she was like, "Oh, I hope this place is the same. Is this place the same as when I was last here, right?" So Becky starts the show off. She's like, "It's been a while since I've been here. Things have changed. I'm champ now. I was never champ here. And well, Survivor Series is this weekend, and well, I'm here. I'm here to kick some ass." So she talks about Bayley. She says Bayley slashed all the buddies except for the blue-haired one that's holding her down. Then she talks about Shayna. She says Shayna showed up to tell me who she was but I came here to remind her who the hell I am. Rhea then comes out and says, you're the man, right? Let's see if you have the set of balls. And then we get, oh my gosh, guys, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. Okay, this is like a dream match that so many people have wanted to see. So many people. And ultimately, I said from the very beginning, I was like, dude, if they put Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch in a match together tonight on NXT, it doesn't matter what they do on AEW, NXT is ultimately better.
Yeah, you said that.
Because of Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. This is a match that everybody's wanted to see. And I think it's a good match. It was a good match. So stupid Shayna. Stupid Shayna.
Here's the thing. Doofier. So let me ask you guys this. We talk about these people being on brands and their name brands and things like that. What if they did this like 4 times a year?
We should do more than that.
Huh?
So they should do it more than that.
Well, 4 times a year. You have 4 pay-per-views. Like just before your pay-per-views.
4 big ones, I suppose. WrestleMania, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and...
Before the 4 big pay-per-views, like 2 weeks before, start promoting the crossover matches. I think it would draw more attention to WWE. You could create storylines, or you could do it like 3 or 4 weeks before. Right after the pay-per-view before it ends, you start to do the crossover of these matches. I mean, I think it would make it so much more interesting. They could create storylines where it's not dry and dull because you're stuck in Raw, you're stuck in Smackdown, you're stuck in NXT. You do the crossover stuff, and I think it draws more attention to it, and it's more interesting for the fans.
100%.
Send some guys back there, too. Definitely, I think that some of them should go back to NXT.
The whole show was dream matches for me. The highlights were awesome. You mean Amazing Shayna to the rescue. No, I mean, stupid Shayna. Sucky Shayna. Go away, Shayna. Because this was like a good match, and she messed it up.
I would have preferred just to have Shayna come out and leave Shafir and Jasmine back in the locker room.
I understand why she did it, but I think, yeah, again. The main roster really needs to have 5 pay-per-views. Think about it. There's only 5 that really matter. Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania. Honestly, I don't even think Money in the Bank means that much.
I agree, but just think how much they would charge for those.
A lot, because they only happen 5 times.
Because they'd be cutting out on their pay-per-views and would not have the profit coming in.
Yeah, so I think, it'd be great to do.
I felt last few weeks Raw and SmackDown brought the build-up down, and tonight just hyped up so much more. I agree, but I think that the reason the Raw and SmackDown brought it down is because the way they did it.
Whoa. No, Maven. She made it better. People were booing Becky tonight.
They did boo her at one time. They were yelling, but they also cheered for her. So.
But they were yelling.
It was a crowd that was kind of back and forth.
Exactly. It's Full Sail. What are they going to do? They're going to cheer for Rhea, and then they're going to cheer for Becky. And then they're going to boo for Rhea, and then they're going to boo for Becky. And then, you know what? They're going to boo for Shayna. And then maybe they'll cheer for Shayna.
Yeah, the crowd was back and forth.
But they're going to ultimately boo for Shayna. I don't even know how we can sit here and say the reaction was like...
It was mixed reactions.
It was. For everybody, though.
Yeah, it's for all of them.
So, that's just the way it is when they're at Full Sail because it's smaller and it's a lot of the same people that come week after week to watch the shows. And, that's the way it is.
I want Dakota to take someone's head. Damn, week after week, Dakota loses. It's disgusting. I think that she's going to turn.
That's not cool. Chance made my night. I like the Seth.
They could turn him heel and have, a legitimate heel. And WWE isn't pulling the trigger on it.
Well, I don't think they could turn him heel now.
They could. People don't like him. Turn him heel. Okay. Have him turn against the people.
I get that, but I don't think now is a good time to do that.
I think it's a great time to do it.
Now.
Especially now that Survivor Series is coming up. He could turn heel and say, I'm going to NXT, and I'm going to destroy everybody.
Now, I could see him turning on Team Raw, but I feel like I would more so see Kevin Owens turning. Maybe they'd both turn, and that's why Team Raw loses, is because they help Team NXT.
It might.
But I don't know.
WrestleMania Riddle vs. Brock, Velvet Dream vs. Cena, Ciampa vs. Randy, and 4-way ladder match with NXT and Raw and NXT for the IC title. That wouldn't be bad. Seth likes the heat, and that's good. They can keep Seth how he is or turn heel. Either way, it will work for him. I think turning him heel, first off, if he turns heel, he's going to get so much, like, booing. I mean, he gets it now. But just think what it's going to turn into. And you have a legitimate heel.
Yeah.
Turning heel at Survivor Series and Seth goes to NXT. Awesome. Yes, definitely. They're lacking legitimate baby faces and major heels. That is the one issue I have with WWE right now. There is no heel. There is no face. It's like there's no separation between them. And so let's have a legitimate heel. And I think you could do that with Seth. Glean Seth is turning into Bret Hart of 95-96. Yes. When I tell you to come forward to an NXT TakeOver War Games. You said you're going, right, Jono? Let Seth turn heel like Bret did. Yes. I mean, I think it'd be awesome. They're not turning Seth heel. They have no plans to. They need to. They need to do it.
That's the fans' fault. Yesterday. No heel, no face thing. Yeah. The fans don't just boo people.
The thing is it's the fans' fault, but it's the wrestlers' job to make them hate them.
Okay, but if they try to the best of their abilities, okay, I'm going to use Becky as an example. Because they tried to turn her heel. She slapped Charlotte upside the head, and then she did everything in her power to make the people hate her for the next several weeks, and it didn't work. They loved it more than what she was doing before. So then they ran with it. And she was not heel, but she wasn't really a face either. So she tried to turn heel, but the fans, it didn't work. She tried her best to get the heel thing over, but they loved it. So I don't know what you do in that situation.
Well,
you run with whatever is going, I guess.
See, at that time, if they'd had her slap Bayley, they would have got a bigger response from...
Why Bayley?
Why? Because Bayley was like a fan person. The fans were like, she had the little Bayley buddies.
Okay, but that didn't matter. Everybody...
When you slapped Charlotte Flair...
That didn't matter. Okay, I'm going to go on a tangent here.
Okay?
Yes,
sorry.
It did matter. It did matter that she slapped Charlotte in the face because Charlotte took Becky's opportunity. Charlotte took Becky's title. That was supposed to be Becky's match, and it was supposed to be one-on-one against Carmella for the championship. It was supposed to be hers, but Charlotte weaseled her way into the match, once again like she always does, and took Becky's championship. It was hers. She had it. She was going to get it. Charlotte screwed that up once again, so what did Becky do? She slapped Charlotte across the face.
Yeah, and if she was supposed to become heel from that, then that's not going to happen
because
people already didn't like Charlotte.
Okay, whatever. But, yeah, people didn't like Charlotte, okay? People didn't like Charlotte. But people didn't really have, like, a total interest in Becky either. And then after she did that, it was supposed to be she's turning on her best friend. Because at that point in time, they were best friends.
I think fans today respect wrestlers who've worked hard regardless of heel or face. People before they turned him heel feel we're cheering him. I think the thing is like the Fiend's a little different. I mean, he's one that people see the Fiend as being immortal. And it's like a lot of people, I think, would like to be immortal. And so they see his character as like this bigger than life. And so it's one of those things where I think that The Undertaker's another example. I think it's hard to get someone when they're seen as being over or being bigger and bigger than life and immortal. I think it's tougher to make them a heel.
People started to cheer for The Miz before he was a face. Yeah, they did. They saw, okay, I think part of that too is putting his personal life out there and having Miz and Mrs. and having all their personal stuff where it was like, oh, him and his daughter, and they loved that. That made people want to cheer him. They couldn't hate on him because of what they saw on Miz and Mrs. Where, you know, he does do all this stuff with his daughter, and it's adorable, and it's great, and you love it, and you can't hate the Miz. So, that him being a heel on TV, it just all kind of came together where Mike and The Miz are like the same thing, and it ended up being what the people liked, and they wanted to like The Miz because of what was happening outside of WWE and storylines. They wanted to like him, so they did, because of the personal stuff.
And I think that's the hard part is once they get personal, or they're seen as being immortal or like this bigger than life character, because people want to be like that character, it makes it tough. And it makes it tough for people to boo him. I'm going to NXT War Games and Survivor Series Monday Night Raw after Survivor Series. Let us know how it goes, Jono.
Cool. I like Bray from what I've seen of him working hard in real life. But I would boo the Fiend because he's a bad guy.
Some would. But I think a lot of people like him, again, because he's bigger than life, and that's that immortal thing that people will look at and go, wow, that's cool. Wish I could do that. Big news from Taco Bell. They're going to enter the chicken war. They'll be serving chicken fingers. Your thoughts?
I like chicken fingers.
My thoughts, Scott, why?
We don't have Taco Bell here. You know, honestly,
why?
I will say, if you're tacos and you're trying to sell Mexican food, wouldn't you just want to stick with Mexican food? And that's what I don't understand about some restaurants. Like Burger King, they started selling hot dogs at one point in time. What are you going to call yourself? The Hot Dog King? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. You're Burger King. Why not
the whole idea of like Taco Bell is because they are different.
They sell tacos?
So why are you looking at doing something to change that? It just doesn't make sense. Believing it happened a lot in WWE wrestling back then, now to cheer and then turn heel back to fate. Yeah, it did.
You don't have a Taco Bell there? No.
We actually have one that's about 20 miles from us.
20 miles? It's farther than that.
Huh?
It's farther than that.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, whatever.
It's further than that. But we don't have a Taco Bell. No. The only thing we have here is a McDonald's.
We have a Taco Bell and a Kentucky Fried Chicken that's like within 20 miles of us.
Okay. Maybe it's 20 miles. Who knows? But we don't have a Taco Bell. No.
Regal greeting Bex when she arrived. What a moment. Yeah, I thought that was cool. Yeah, he'll turn better. Yeah, WWE needs to stop avoiding heel versus heel matches. Let the fans divide and decide who they want to win. Brock versus The Fiend would be great. I think it'd be great.
Okay, Kyrie versus Io would be great.
Kyrie versus Io would be awesome.
I'm going to talk about that in a little bit too. Leading WWE fans to turn off to Braun too. Yeah.
That's because they're turned off to him because of the stupid gimmicks they have him in.
Putting him in matches against Tyson Fury doesn't help. Just saying.
Didn't he like fight? Oh, no, I'm thinking of Lars Sullivan.
The Jazz Party?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, Drew versus Randy would be amazing. That would be another amazing one. There's a lot of stuff out there they could do if they just do it.
So, anyways, back to NXT. Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley ends in disqualification after Shayna, Duke, and Shafir attack, and then Becky and Rhea end up attacking after. He's the Big Show 2.0, but Show won a WWE title. Braun did not.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Me, Strowman, me, smash, grr. Give me a break. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Sad but true.
I just think it's ridiculous what they do with him.
So after the Becky Rhea match, we got
which I thought was a good match. This was
I wish it wouldn't have ended in disqualification, but there's no other way that they could have ended it because Becky can't have a loss going into Survivor Series, and neither can Rhea going into War Games. Do we know who's on Team NXT for Survivor Series? Does anybody know anything about that?
Do you think Mary Mysterio wins the WWE Championship? So I'm hearing Brock Lesnar is supposed to leave for a long time up to Royal Rumble or after Royal Rumble. Yeah, I would say that it would not shock me if Rey Mysterio won it.
I'd be okay with it. Totally okay with it. 100% okay with it.
Yeah.
I would never have a problem with it
we
at
don't,
all.
Maven. Look, John said nope, we don't.
So we're gonna go into NXT, and it's gonna be NXT Survivor Series, and it's gonna be a complete surprise as to who's on Team NXT.
We're just gonna flip a coin and.
Okay. Well, if I were to make predictions, I'm gonna say I hope Io, because I want to see Io and Kyrie fight each other. I hope Rhea.
Wait, Survivor Series is this Sunday.
Yes, and we have no idea who's on Team NXT for any of this. Adam Cole didn't have a freaking match. He still won't have a freaking match until Sunday.
Here's a thought.
A Saturday, because the match to decide is on Saturday. He doesn't have a match for Survivor Series. They didn't get around to doing anything for Survivor Series for Adam freaking Cole. Till Saturday?
Okay, what if they're waiting until Saturday to announce who they're gonna have as their team?
I don't know.
I don't have an issue with it.
But it doesn't make any sense. Like, all the other teams are announced.
So,
I don't know.
Triple H new gimmick, the Silent Killer. Yeah, if Triple H should be the team captain for NXT, I hope not. No.
I heard rumors that he's not going to be.
I liked when Nikki Cross came out and whipped everyone like they were bad children. Nikki's a big little lady.
So, anyways, we got Kona Reeves next, and he ends up getting attacked by Ricochet, and then we get Matt Riddle versus Ricochet. Riddle ends up getting...
So, in other words, Kona Reeves was just there to walk down the aisle.
Yeah, probably. He was probably supposed to fight Riddle, and that didn't happen because, well, he got attacked. So, Riddle ends up getting the win, and then Smackdown attacks Riddle and Ricochet. It's Cesaro and Nakamura. Ricochet takes out Cesaro with a wicked freaking dive from the top rope into the crowd, and, like, it was, like, so cool. Like, really cool. Like, go Ricochet. And then Riddle takes out Nakamura, and then Finn attacks Riddle, and Riddle takes down Finn. I'm really excited for their match at Survivor Series. Jeez.
War Games.
Sorry. The pay-per-views, they all just run together at this point. They're all the same thing. I'm really excited for their match at War Games. I think it should be really good, and I don't know about anybody else.
I like the brawls too. Ricochet needs to win a belt in the future. Yes, definitely.
He should be, like, U.S. champ still.
Yes.
Or Intercontinental champ. But, you know, well, no. Because, well, no. You know, we got AJ Styles. We don't need him. Then we got Revival versus Undisputed Era, and oh my gosh, this was such a long match, but it was, like, really good. But it was, like, really long. Like, 2 commercial breaks, almost 3. It was really
a long match.
It was really long. Almost on the verge of being too long, but I'll take it. I still think it was good. I think it really showcased the Revival and Undisputed Era. And especially Revival after the week that they've had. After the like, gosh. After the career they've had in WWE. I think it really showcased them, and I liked it. So.
Revival and Undisputed Era match was 5-star. Yes, definitely, James. I thought it was excellent. I'm assuming Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, Tegan Nox for the Women's Survivor Series team.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be okay with that, but, like, I want you. I know there are 5 spots, but I want you. I don't want just them. I want it to be different.
Yeah.
Maybe Rhea, Io, and Belair. And I think if they did Rhea, Io, Belair, Kaylee Ray, I think that would be a good one too.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
And then somebody else.
Yeah, somebody else, of course.
I don't even know. Him? Maybe him.
Tony Storm.
Tony Storm would be cool. But I couldn't see Tony Storm and Kaylee Ray being on the same team. Or Tony Storm and Rhea Ripley being on the same team. So,
yeah.
You know. Yeah, but they'd have to coexist.
Yeah, they'd have to.
That's life. It's Survivor Series. But anyways, I think they could do something really cool there. So, Undisputed Era ends up getting the win. I think that was fine. Then we got Raiders and Forgotten Sons. They're trying to get each other's faces backstage. And then we get Kaylee Ray versus Dakota Kai. Kaylee Ray ends up getting the win, and then the SmackDown Women's Division attacks them, and then the Raw Women's Division attacks them. And in that, we get Kyrie and Io in a face-off. I was so excited for this, you have no idea. I literally stood up from my seat and was like, please, 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 please. And then Sarah Logan, she had to get involved. She had to hit Io first. And I was kind of like, I can't believe you. You just screwed this up. You screwed up the Io and Kyrie face-off.
I can't decide who I want to win Survivor Series. NXT, Raw, or SmackDown. I'm guessing one of them's going to win, Jono.
So, yeah, I mean, Sarah Logan ruined it.
Yeah.
She ruined the Kyrie Io face-off.
Well, you know, the way they were looking at each other.
I think this is probably where we're leading to. I think they should fight each other. That's what I think they should do.
The way they were looking at each other made me question, are they really going to, like, go at each other? Or is this going to be like a, let's shake hands and be buddies?
No, I think it has to be a let's fight each other. Based on their history. I think they should. And
I want Dakota to really take someone's head off.
I think they should fight each other, and I think it should be a Survivor Series. I'm just saying. Which is why.
Have y'all seen Liv Morgan's post on Instagram? She has all black on. I can't wait to see her.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's just, bring her back.
Yeah, they've been waiting a while.
I mean,
they've been building her up a lot. a lot of
talk
cryptic
about
tweets,
it,
a lot of weird stuff. And they're gonna do something with her. It's just a matter of what, and I'm very curious to see what it is.
Yeah, just do it.
Just do it, though. Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. And then Nikki Cross ends up cleaning house. I think that was fine and was decent. Then we got Viking Raiders versus Forgotten Sons. Team NXT, Ciampa, Finn Balor, Riddle, Lee.
Dijakovic or Dane.
And Damian Priest.
Damian Priest.
Nah, take out Damian Priest. I don't like him. He's Baron Corbin 2.0. So, Viking Raiders versus Forgotten Sons. Jackson Riker gets driven from ringside, and then the Viking Raiders get the win. I think this was an okay match. It was like, okay. Was it terrible? No. Did I really? I actually like Forgotten Sons match tonight. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It's a slight step up from the Viking Raiders just fighting jobbers. Because in my mind, Forgotten Sons are still jobbers. They're never on TV. But they were on TV tonight. And this is probably the one match in a long time that I've actually liked something from the Forgotten Sons.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen. Good. That doesn't happen ever.
No, it doesn't.
Cole versus Pete Dunne. That's what it better be. I swear to you, if it's anything other than that, I'm going to have a problem with it. And so on Saturday, during War Games, we are supposed to get Pete Dunne versus Damian Priest versus Killian Dane, and the winner fights Adam Cole for the NXT Championship on Sunday at Survivor Series. The only way I'm okay with any of those guys winning is if it's Dunne. If it's anybody other than Dunne, I'm not okay with it. And I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what you people say. I'm not okay with it. I don't like Damian Priest. And honestly, in my mind right now, Killian Dane should not be fighting for the title.
She might return to Survivor Series, though, Elijah.
You know, honestly, I don't think any of those three guys should be fighting for the title. In my opinion.
No.
I don't think that's okay. Out of the three of them, it has to be Pete Dunne. If it's not Pete Dunne, like I said, I'm not okay with it.
Yeah. Question to everyone. If you had to pick a team, which team? NXT, SmackDown, or Raw? I would go with NXT right now.
I would say so too.
Definitely.
For winning the Survivor Series match? Or the whole thing?
I would say just overall NXT.
I think NXT's going to win. I don't think they're going to win every match, but I think they're going to have more wins than anybody else. So they're going to be the top
yeah.
Because I think there's a couple matches that could really go either way.
Well, I agree.
There's
a couple matches could go either way.
We'll just have to wait for my predictions. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. No, but I just don't feel any of those three guys really should be in title matches. And like I said, the only one I am okay with winning is Dunne. Because I think he's more credible than the other two. I don't see all the hype around Damian Priest. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
I don't understand it.
Although
No.
He's grown on me a little more, but it's not like I'm not super impressed.
I don't understand it.
AJ versus Nakamura versus Rodriguez. Let's go. Yes.
That should be a really freaking good match.
Yeah. I think there's a couple matches, which is why I think they need to do this crossover stuff more often.
Because you get new matchups and they're all fresh. I don't get the gimmick. Damian Priest?
Yeah.
I agree. That's part of the reason why I'm like, what are you? I don't understand why people like you so much. I don't get your gimmick. I don't think you're that great in the ring. And I don't understand.
What happened to what's his face? The one you always complained about.
Well, I'm glad what's his face.
You know who I'm talking about.
No, I really don't.
Yeah, the one I said was kind of like what's his name?
Jeez.
My mind's drawing a blank right now.
NXT is not winning. If Pete Dunne doesn't win, I will put my best friend through a table.
The guy I said was like Leonard Skinner.
Oh,
Cameron Grimes.
Yes. Him. Jeez.
He hasn't been on the last couple weeks, has he?
No.
Yeah.
They were giving him a push.
Yeah, and now he's not even around.
Yeah. Yeah, Damian Priest needs more training.
I mean, I haven't even seen him when they go to attack.
No. It's because he doesn't care. He's off shining his hat or something.
He might be.
He can't even shine that.
Can we see some betrayal in Survivor Series? I hope so.
I really hope so.
I hope so. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, that happened. Then we got Adam Cole versus Dominik Dijakovic. Adam Cole ends up getting the win, so he gets the advantage in War Games. And then Undisputed Era comes out to, party, celebrate. And then Team Smackdown shows up, so does Team Raw. They corner Undisputed Era, and they take them out. McIntyre then comes in from behind in the ring and takes out Dominik Dijakovic. Then Keith Lee comes out and takes out Drew McIntyre. I wrote down Hanson. It's Ivar, I think. Hanson. I'm still calling him Hanson from War Raiders. Hanson and and Lee, they end up diving out of the ring together. They don't attack each other. They dive through the ropes and stuff. And then Cole's left standing. And this is when Seth attacks him. Ciampa then comes out, hits Cole first, and then fights Seth. Okay. John, you still in here? This is where I agree with you tonight, for now. I agree with you, for now. I'm not saying I hate Seth Rollins, but boy oh boy, you got terrible timing, man. Because I really didn't want Seth Rollins to be the last guy to attack Adam Cole. Logically, I think Kevin Owens would have made more sense. Based upon what happened this week.
I think it was okay.
Okay. It might have been okay. It would have been better if it was Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
It would have made more sense if it was Kevin Owens. Because didn't Kevin Owens just get attacked by Undisputed Era?
Yeah.
Okay. This would then tie into, he attacks Undisputed Era back. Make it seem like he's on Team Raw, right? Right. Going to Survivor Series. They're fighting, Team NXT, Team Smackdown. He costs Team Raw the match and joins Team NXT. All of it's a ploy. All of it was a joke. All of it was him screwing with Team Raw so he could join Team NXT so they could win. That would have made so much sense. But no, we had to have Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins. Team captain of Raw. He had to be attacked by Ciampa. Okay.
Yeah. Glenn, it could be more Rollins or Owens makes maybe someone on the main roster come back and help NXT. Just saying, Triple H is smart but tricky. Yeah, I don't know. I hope.
I never trust Triple
Again,
H.
I didn't mind the way this ended.
I thought it was fine, but it would have looked up better if it was Kevin Owens because that would have been my idea.
I mean, but that's what everybody expected. So you threw the unexpected.
Not really. People were saying on Twitter, they were like, oh, I wonder, probably Seth. And I'm sitting here going, Kevin Owens makes more sense, idiots.
Excuse me. I had to sneeze.
Doesn't Kevin Owens make more sense, though? Seth and Adam Cole had one match. Okay, I get it if you're talking about brand supremacy. But, if you just want to sit here and say, okay, well, I really don't like you, then, wouldn't Kevin Owens make more sense?
Well, it makes more sense, but I think to throw the unknown out there, I think it was okay to have Seth come out.
I suppose, but I would have liked Kevin Owens better.
And maybe Kevin Owens is going to turn.
What did I literally just talk about? Were you listening at all?
But I'm saying is maybe he's going to go to NXT, so rather than fighting NXT and coming in and doing that, then maybe he's going to go to NXT.
Okay, but I literally just said, to make it more believable, have him. He got attacked by Undisputed Era. So, right, that could have been all a ploy, just to mess with people and be like, yeah, they're just fighting us, he's not going to join them. And then he goes, attacks NXT, makes everybody believe that he is totally fighting for Team Raw. That's 100% what's happening. We get to Survivor Series, and he's one of the last people in the match against, Team NXT for Raw. And then he decides he's going to turn on Raw, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, but he was just helping them on Wednesday.
I know what you're saying.
It would have made a lot of sense in my mind.
But
unless they're going to do that with Seth.
Well,
and then have everybody believe that Seth is... But I'd like Kevin Owens to go back to NXT better.
Well, and that's another thing that, they've kind of
Regardless, they could
teased
do...
both of them,
they could do
possibly
Seth.
going to NXT.
I suppose they could do Seth because the NXT has attacked Seth. And then Seth turns around and goes and attacks NXT. But Seth has been very vocal about how, I'm here to support Raw, and I'm the team captain of Raw, and this, that, and the other thing with Raw. And so then he turns on them? I mean, I guess that's a possibility too. So I think it's really down to Seth and Owens. I think either of those guys are going to turn at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
One or the other. Maybe both. I mean, who knows? But I think it's going to happen.
Possibly.
I mean, we'll just have to see, I suppose.
Yes.
So that's the way it ends. We still have no idea who Ciampa's last member is. I was thinking Kevin Owens at first. He turns on Seth, ends up being Team NXT for, War Games. But, no. That's not the way we're going. So, I don't know who the last
return
member is.
Sheamus Helton, NXT. That'd be interesting.
I don't have a clue who's going to be the last participant. None whatsoever.
Maybe it's going to be a shocker.
I mean, it could be something like John Morrison.
Yeah.
Or, something that nobody's
Someone
expecting.
unexpected.
I mean, I know Velveteen Dream was thrown out there. I know Velveteen Dream is injured right now, but there's always a possibility he can come back.
He comes back, yeah.
I don't know if the Johnny Gargano injury is like a legitimate injury or if it's just like trying to be in storyline or what it is. I think it's a legit injury.
Matt Sydal. The thing about the Gargano one is I think it's too obvious. You've got to realize Vince doesn't want to split up couples.
Okay.
Yeah, which it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
So if they put Seth on NXT, I mean, so.
AKA the Shockmaster.
So I think
Typhoon.
I don't know. They could. I think it's totally gonna be somebody that's a shock and nobody's expecting it. But like I said, I think Dream's a possibility. I think the Johnny Gargano injury is legitimate, so I don't think it's gonna be Johnny. But I suppose there is always a possibility that it could be him if it's not a real injury. But the way it sounds, it does sound like a real injury.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. There's always a possibility of Johnny. I think I just
shock the system. Yeah.
Jokes. We're funny. So yeah, I mean.
That was the NXT show.
NXT. Now, I know some people were asking.
Throw any questions you want to ask out there, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Can be on for a little bit.
Yeah.
I know someone asked about the Jim Cornette thing. So, I do know that.
Yeah, we'll see if. I think it was Scott. I don't know if he's still here or not.
Scott, and I think somebody else did too. I'm going to check Twitter to see if there's anything else new on Twitter.
Who you guys think will join Ciampa?
Man, I have no idea.
Andre the Giant.
Totally.
Him or Eddie Guerrero? Because that's who the Saudis want.
100%.
That's just a guess. I might be wrong.
Oh, somebody on Twitter, they're like.
All bets are off on Sunday. NXT is winning Survivor Series. I think it'd be cool if they did. Is Matt Riddle related to Rob Van Dam?
So someone put out a prediction, said possibly Walter is the last member for Team Ciampa.
That would be interesting.
I think. Also, Walter on the Survivor Series team, that's a possibility too. I don't even know, man. Let's look.
So here's a question to you guys. We're talking about what Jim Cornette said. Did you see what JR said tonight?
No, I did not. I was not listening.
Something about, if it's Walter, by God, let me hear that cool song. Something about he was talking about Santana and Ortiz. Let me see if I can find it. Because someone commented to him about it.
Did he like retweet it or something?
Well, he replied to the person that said something about. So.
Oh, here it is.
He said.
Santana and Ortiz had plenty of experience with handcuffs in their lives. She said JR said Santana and Ortiz have had plenty of experience with handcuffs in their lives. This is unacceptable at AEW wrestling. JR said, really, dude? They're TV wrestling villains. Lighten up.
He said, basically, Zandel, he said that Santana and Ortiz, if you didn't hear what Maven just said, Santana and Ortiz had plenty of experience with handcuffs in their lives. Someone replied on Twitter, this is unacceptable at AEW. I don't know where, why people are complaining about it. It's part of the gimmick. It's one of those things that I don't see where it's a big deal, and people complain about everything.
He said, what did Jim say? Jim Cornette. That was JR.
Yeah, that
was what JR said.
Oh.
Now,
well, Jim Ross.
Jim Ross, whatever. the face-off between Kyrie and Io was magic. Yes, it was.
Yes.
It was magic. So like the Jim Cornette thing, he resigned from NWA this morning, and the thing I don't get about the whole thing is that.
Gotcha, Zendo. He said so. So here's what he said. He said something about.
I have it screenshotted.
So he said during a match, Trevor Murdoch was wrestling. Who was it he was wrestling?
I don't remember who. Aldis?
Yeah.
Nick Aldis.
So he says Trevor Murdoch is the only man that I've ever known that can strap a bucket of fried chicken on his back and ride a motor scooter across Ethiopia. And so a lot of people got upset about it, talked about how it was racist and everything else. I don't know if it's so much racist as much as it's stereotyping.
Now, the thing I don't understand about the whole thing is NWA Power was taped in what, like September? It was taped. All of this is pre-taped, so people had time to go through it and put it together, right? Right. So how
to get through?
Why would they not have just taken that comment out to begin with? Now, I said that, well, my theory here, possibly, this might, be crazy. I might be crazy. But my theory was, what if they, deliberately left it in there for people to get angry about it, and then they'd have to let Cornette go? But then, by the same token, it doesn't make sense as to why they would have hired him in the first place to do the commentary for it if they didn't want him on the commentary team, but then they couldn't go back, or they had regrets, and they didn't want to let him go. I don't know.
Let me ask you guys, because I know we have several people in here that are Hispanic or black or of other ethnicities. With what he said, I mean, me personally, I didn't see that part as being racist. I thought it was stereotyping, but I didn't see it as being racist. And I thought, well, okay, Ethiopia, a place where they've struggled with food, and there's a lot of people that have starved. So whether he said fried chicken or some other food strapped to his back and went running, driving through Ethiopia, I think it was just kind of a metaphor or simile for him trying to get a point across that this guy's a tough dude. I mean, he could have used some other words, but that's kind of the way I understood it when he was talking. I'm tired of people throwing the word racist around like not everything in the world is racist.
That is true. I do think some people do,
And I'll probably offend people for, some of the things that I say because I've been, like I told you the story about me. I worked at a school for troubled youth. We had a lot of Hispanics, Native Americans, blacks, and I had a kid that was black that tried to accuse me of being racist because my expectations were he was going to do the work, regardless of what he was going to get his schoolwork done, and he threw out that I was racist. Luckily, I had a bunch of other kids in the class that said, he's like the least racist guy we know, least racist white guy we know. And so, I had enough backup there. But if all of them had said, hey, he's being racist with what he's doing, what would have happened? I mean, most of the class I had was made up of Native Americans and blacks and Hispanics. And so, I had to, I think out of the 20 kids I had, there was 3 white kids. So if they had all said, yeah, he's racist, what would have happened? I mean, who knows? Would I have lost my job? I don't know. Maybe they would have changed me in my position and did something different. But, it is thrown out there a lot. And so, yeah.
Ultimately.
Look, our numbers are going down. I probably, ran people off.
Ultimately, I don't think he should have said it. By the same token, I don't understand how it wasn't taken out because all of it was pre-taped. and I don't know why they would have left it in there. And so, you know, Jim Cornette is no longer part of NWA.
Nope.
He's not doing commentary for them anymore. Are they going to find a new commentator? They're just going to do the one dude? Are they going to pull one of their announcers in as the commentator? I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. But he no longer is working with them. And, yeah. Are you Team Shayna Baszler or Team Rhea Ripley?
Rhea. Definitely Rhea.
I'm going to say Team Baszler. Not because of Baszler. Because of,
Definitely.
well,
Rhea.
Beyond
Me being
that.
African American, I've seen and heard racist things, but not everything people say or do is racist. They might come off wrong, but to say things racist is dumb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I agree with you, Zendo.
So, yeah.
I don't think it was racist. It could have been said in a different context.
Yeah, I think
definitely.
that's ultimately what we're trying to get across. It could have been said differently. And, you know, the way it was said was not necessarily right. So, you know. But by the same token, I don't understand how it wasn't taken out.
Well, I don't either.
If
but
they didn't go through it, if they had to go through it and they, you know, they edit it up and do all the stuff to it to make it show, how did they miss it? How did they not take it out?
Here is the problem with calling it racist, okay?
Unless they looked at it and didn't see it as being that, but then people reacted.
When legitimate racism happens, people aren't going to take it as serious because people are going to look at it like, well, just everything that is said is racist. So, or you know, we throw out racism all the time, and it's something that's just thrown out there, and people become desensitized to it and think, okay, it's like something simple is racist, and so this isn't a big deal now when it could be a big deal.
Yeah.
So I think you desensitize people too when there is racism happening. And that's where I think that the issue is. Now, what he said was it totally appropriate? No.
Definitely not appropriate.
Yeah, people are defending the meaning of the word. Yeah. I mean, what he said is and again, I don't know that. I thought he was just making an analogy that. What did Jim say? Sorry, I was washing my face. Well, at least you're clean now, John, so that's the important thing.
That's okay.
He said, pull it up again.
I'll pull it up again.
Trevor Murdoch is the only man that I've ever known that can strap a bucket of fried chicken on his back and ride a motor scooter across Ethiopia. He has always been controversial, but I think that's what's made him good. I think that's the one thing that's made him good is he just, and I know a lot of people don't like him.
Yes.
But I think it's the one thing that's made him good, and I think it's made him where he is, put him where he is today.
I do agree with that, and I think, yeah, but I have 3 pimples, so.
Well, that's not good. Get those cleaned up. Put whatever you use to kill those pimples and destroy them. A laser or whatever you might be using. And destroy them.
Yes.
You can make a game out of it.
Except don't.
Because put it on TV, on YouTube. I've got this laser.
Ew. That's gross. The sad part is I think people
I'd have the pimple blow up. That'd be cool. I like Jim C because he uses that controversy to make points. Yeah, he does.
See, that's the thing. It's that's what he's always been, and if anybody expected anything less from him, then I mean, come on. It's Jim Cornette. What did you expect?
Yeah.
But you know, by the same token, definitely different context could have been used. You know, the wording of things.
Oh, definitely.
So I think that's kind of where a lot of people had issues with it, and you know, I mean, it is what it is. He's not working with them anymore. It offended enough people that he had to resign. So, and NWA doesn't want to support it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't understand how it got through in the first place. So.
That's their fault too.
It is their fault because they have to go through and watch everything and make sure it's all good to go, and they obviously didn't.
Yeah, they messed up.
They obviously didn't. They obviously didn't pay attention to what was said in the broadcast. Or,
No.
So, like...
But at the time, they probably didn't think anything of it.
Probably not. But then it blew up.
Off topic, I'm watching highlights of NXT UK. Man, they need more eyes on them. We used to do an NXT UK show. We need to get back to doing that.
Yeah, we did like a month ago. A month ago. Probably 2 months ago.
Yeah, we should probably start getting back to that.
Probably.
We talked about expanding. Big thing is time. If I could ever get to where I could do this full time. So make sure you tell all your friends about this. So maybe someday we can start making money.
Wait, guys. What'd he say? John, you missed it?
Where were you at? We just told you. Jeez. Were you fighting the pimples?
Jeez, man.
I'll read it. I'm going to read it one more time, John.
Okay.
For the third time. So then, like, somebody's going to watch this video and go, what is this guy thinking? Trevor Murdoch is the... So this is Jim Cornette. Trevor Murdoch is the only man that I've ever known that can strap a bucket of fried chicken on his back and ride a motor scooter across Ethiopia. That's what Jim Cornette said.
Did you get it that time, John?
John, are you there? Let us know you're here so we know you got it.
I can't even go live on my YouTube channel because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. It's just plain dumb. We don't have 1,000 subscribers and we can go live.
Are you talking about like on your phone?
Oh, it might be from his phone.
Yeah, you can't go live on your phone, which I think is dumb.
It's very dumb.
It is dumb. I don't get how that's controversial.
A lot of people got offended by it.
Yes.
A lot of people were talking about it being racist. A lot of people, it got so big he resigned. he no longer works for NWA. I think a lot of it was just, the context of it, the way it was said is what made people upset and mad, and they got all pants in a bunch about it.
Yeah.
And well, it happened. He no longer works for them, and there's not much anybody can do at this point.
Nope.
People complained enough, got him, fired.
AEW could use him. I would love to see him get him. He would add to that. He could manage a team.
He could, and do commentary.
I don't even think he needs to do commentary. Just have him come out. If they're worried about him saying something on commentary, just have him come out and manage a team.
Yeah. True.
Bring out his tennis racket. Bring back the Midnight Express. The Rock and Roll Express are back.
That is true.
So just bring back the Midnight Express. They could wrestle the Rock and Roll Express, and we could have history.
True. In the making. History.
55-year-old guys wrestling for the title.
Guys. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to say this. I don't know how you all feel, but America has become weak-minded and take everything so serious it sucks. Zandel,
I know the feeling.
That's kind of my feeling, too.
I know the feeling.
Everybody's offended by something.
People can't even go on Twitter anymore.
No.
And share.
Hello, Forgetty. How's it going?
What's up?
How you doing, Lil Fetchini? My prediction for NXT TakeOver War Games did increase Finn Balor team and the Undisputed Era.
Cool.
Lil Fetchini, we actually aren't going to do our picks tonight.
No, we didn't get it set up. We have to set up the page, and we just lost track of time because NXT was so good, and I was going to do it during.
Yes.
But it just kind of fell apart. So we're doing our prediction show tomorrow for both Survivor Series and NXT TakeOver.
Yeah. Good. How are you guys?
How are you
we
guys?
Are doing good.
So anyways, I was saying, people can't even go on Twitter anymore and share their opinions about wrestling.
No.
Without people going.
I predict Dream will be the 4th.
Cool. That's
Could
fun.
Could be.
But people can't even go on Twitter anymore, share their opinions about different wrestling things without people jumping down their throats and being
NXT's been good, definitely. Yeah.
Well, this sucks, then your opinion sucks, then my opinion is the right way, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, everybody can have their own opinion about stuff, and we don't need to be so no, my way or the highway. Come on, guys, it's just wrestling. Calm down.
NXT, Lil Fetchini, it wasn't even close.
Yeah, NXT, for sure. This is probably the worst AEW.
AEW been good, but storylines need to happen. I think the issue is they create their storylines outside of.
They create their storylines on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then they don't carry them over.
Because a lot of people don't get to see that.
It's thundering, guys. It's thundering. So exciting. They don't carry it over. That's the problem here. And so. Did you hear it?
I thought that was just your belly.
No, it was Thunder. Y'all doing predictions tomorrow night? Yes, we're gonna do predictions tomorrow night. For Survivor Series and NXT Takeover.
Stone Cold and Rock made a lot of ratings. We don't get that anymore. No. I just got VR for the PS4. So no wrestling for me tonight.
That's cool.
Yep.
We
Go back and watch our show, and you can find out about everything that happened.
I hear you screaming. I think we have the VR thing too, right?
Yes, we do.
We do. My brother got that for his birthday. It's really cool. It's like really cool.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to watch movies on it.
Yeah.
Because it's like all you see is a movie. It's so weird. It's like almost like a theater, but not a theater.
Yeah.
Because it has like the little headphones that you can stick in and use.
Yep.
It's cool.
I want VR for my PS4.
It's really cool.
It is pretty cool. I've actually played it a couple times, and
they're like really cool games. And there have been times where I'm like sitting there. There's like this one game where like you move or whatever, and like you're supposed to like walk forward, but you don't actually walk. It moves itself because you're using this controller. But like it's so weird. It's all in your head, and like it's so weird.
Y'all are about to get storms. Don't you love it? It was 5 degrees last week, and now it's 60 and stormy. Might as well live in Alabama. Yeah, it's like weird. And we're supposed to have ice here, like at the end.
We're supposed to have ice.
Like Friday.
Bro, can
Saturday?
anybody believe this? It's like the second to last week of November. December is next week. What?
Yeah.
I'm shook.
Gleaned at AEW copied the Firefly Funhouse with Dark Order. Let me in.
No.
I never thought about that.
No. They didn't. They will never be close to
That
the
is
Firefly
crazy.
Funhouse.
I never thought about that.
They will never be the Firefly Funhouse. Never. I don't care what they do. Bray Wyatt.
Well, they won't be the Firefly Funhouse, but I mean.
I don't care. They're not even going to get close to it. I didn't even make the connection.
Into it. That's interesting.
So predictions tomorrow for both Survivor Series and War Games. Yep. Yo, that brief showdown between Io and Kairi. Io needs to be on Team NXT for Survivor Series, and we need to get Io versus Kairi and Asuka in that match. It needs to happen.
James, what's the difference with what's PS5 gonna have that and maybe you know this for Getty too, what's or any of you, what's PS5 gonna have that's better than PS4 right now?
I didn't even know there was a PS5. I'm not a fan of the PS5 model. It looks so weird. PS5 just doesn't roll off the tongue like PS4.
No. Io versus Kairi Sane next week, and NXT will be good.
They should.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to happen because next week is after Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Unless they carry this out, which I really feel they should. They should just do it all the time.
Well, since they had the stare down, I think it'd be cool. We're really glad that you're our friends, and this is a friendship that'll never end. Catching flies in his mouth, taste of freedom.
Go. That's his song. You dipstick.
Keith Levers drew.
You were supposed to sing it
next week. So PS5 is supposed to be backwards compatible. Is that the only difference?
This is a friendship that'll never ever end. And then that's Bray Wyatt's theme song. Catching flies in his mouth.
Yeah, you just won't buy a PC if you're gonna have that.
Taste of freedom. See?
Yeah.
Jeez, you didn't even get it.
No.
You were supposed to sing it.
I don't sing it.
Well, I did.
I don't
Because
sing.
you didn't.
That's because I don't sing. And 8K support. So you just as well have a PC? I knew it.
I knew it what?
He knew it.
He knew it.
Which will also require a TV that costs $10,000. Yes,
Jeez.
but in time they will come down.
I might get it. I don't know yet.
Get a PC.
Just get
PS5
a
is going to be compatible to the PS4.
Just get a PS4.
Yeah.
What matches are you guys looking forward to this weekend? Honestly,
I think there's several that are going to be good.
Several.
Yeah.
Maven was the one who was screaming in Bray theme song. So I think that the women's match, the PC is way off the road.
No, way up the road.
Oh, way up the road. Sorry, I thought that said off. Again, I'm putting letters in where there aren't letters. I'm sorry.
Then you just have to have the controller for those of us that, can't run the keys.
So, yeah, controller. I cannot play on a PC.
No.
It does not work. I can't be like...
I can type.
Click, 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 click. It doesn't work for me.
I can type on with the keyboard, but then I try and hit the buttons to, do the things you need to do, and I just, hit the wrong button.
I didn't know it was Code Orange. I thought it was CFO who did it. Yeah, they don't work with WWE anymore.
No.
CFOs, they left.
Yeah.
They were like, peace out. Bye. in your DNA.
It's in your DNA. You just need to practice. I don't know about that for Giddy.
No, it's not going to happen for you.
You can get a PC controller.
Everyone else in your family is great. Even Vincent.
I think the Revival is going to leave.
He's 2 years old, and he can play on a keyboard better than I can.
Yes, everyone else in her family is good at keyboards.
That's a problem. I can't play on a keyboard. I'm sorry.
Even the 2-year-old is going to be like a star on the keyboard here, like
he
in the next year.
He was playing with Friggity on Fortnite earlier.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to be a star on the keyboard here in the next year or so. WWE needs to hire a music group. I don't know what they need to do. Yes,
they lost
definitely.
Jim Johnston, and then they lost CFOs. So I don't know what they're going to do for music. He'll be in the World Cup next year for sure.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Adam Cole versus Pete Dunne.
We're waiting for Bendy to get there.
Can't wait for Adam Cole versus Pete Dunne because Pete is going to win. Shayna versus Bayley versus Becky. Daniel versus The Fiend. And Undisputed Era versus New Day versus War Raiders. Honestly, I totally forgot about Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend. They built that up last week, and that's going to be a really freaking good match.
Yeah.
So is Adam Cole versus Pete Dunne because the only way I accept that is Pete Dunne, and if it's anybody else, it doesn't happen. Sorry. That match never happened on the card. I don't remember that match happening if it was Adam Cole versus Damian Priest or Adam Cole versus Killian Dane. I just won't remember.
Yeah.
I won't remember it. So,
Brock versus Ray going to kill it.
Honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to that match too. I wish it wasn't the main event, but I'm looking forward to that match too just because I really want to see Ray walk out with the title.
So I said this is probably the best pay-per-view of the year.
It's very intriguing. I'm really curious to see what happens. The women's triple threat match is going to be really good, and that one's been built up really well. AJ versus Nakamura versus Roderick.
Yeah. That's
another one that should be really, really good.
I do think there will be some surprises. There might be more than one.
Era versus New Day versus War Raiders should be good too. What else is there for the card? I don't even know.
Well, they've already said Brock versus Ray is the main event, so I'm assuming that Brock versus Ray is going to be the one that's closing it.
It is. Series card. Let me look up the card real quick. Just to take a look at it right now, and then we'll, obviously share our predictions tomorrow, but I wanted to see.
Look, you guys, can we just step back and appreciate that Survivor Series this year will be...
Litty.
Yeah.
It really will be. Are we going to do a watch-along? I feel like we should do a watch-along to get our reactions in the moment, because I think this year's pay-per-view is going to be really good.
If we do a watch-along, we'll do it on Twitch.
Yeah.
And we'll let you know on Friday.
Yeah.
I noticed that when people go to NXT, they're allowed to actually wrestle, but main roster matches are watered down.
I really hope that
I agree.
that Survivor Series is the way NXT is.
Glenn, if you didn't see it, I don't know, but I feel we get Bayley versus Sasha Banks soon.
Agreed.
I have a feeling that's
Watch along! Watch along! Yeah, y'all have to come to Twitch, though, because doing it on YouTube... it'll work on YouTube.
Yeah, but we just...
Could we stream to both?
I don't know. I had that issue the other day. I tried to stream both my...
Is that a possibility?
Yes, but I had issues. Wrestle Story live stream at Survivor Series. Yes.
Yes, that'd be so cool. But all of our people are on YouTube.
They'll all move.
Will you all move? Will you all go to Twitch?
We had a lot of them have Twitch already.
Okay, I know, but I feel like we're not going to have anybody in there.
Twitch is better, see?
Wow, okay then. I guess I'm going to Twitch.
Elijah only comes over here to watch us on
Okay,
YouTube.
so anyways, matches for Survivor Series.
I made that up, Elijah. I'm just kidding.
Lesnar and Ray should be a good match. Fiend and Bryan should be good.
Twitch will get you a lot of followers.
Twitch is better. Wow.
That's probably where we're going to start out playing our 2K games.
Probably, because we had issues with our video the other day from the music and the thing. So, we have to fix it. So.
And we'll be starting that sometime here in the next soon.
The triple threat for the women's should be good. AJ, Nakamura, Roderick should be good. The men's tag team one should be good.
Becky hit on a good point. She said that the blue-haired Sasha is holding you back. Yes. I agree.
Clean, not 2K.
Yes, 2K.
Yes, 2K.
But we might do 2K19.
Why?
Because.
Because why? We might do both. Because, 2K20 has The Fiend and 2K19 doesn't.
Yeah.
So that's where the problem lies here. If we want to have any good storylines, we need The Fiend.
All right. I actually saw the full episode of Impact on Twitch yesterday. Tessa Blanchard versus #1 contender now. Yes. I did see that.
Hey, we don't have a Cruiserweight Championship match for Survivor Series.
We have one?
No, we don't. The prediction for Survivor Series match would be Leo Rush versus Angel Garza.
I miss Raw versus SmackDown games. Yeah. Definitely.
So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches, but I don't even think that really matters. That's like less matches than they generally have. But 8 matches, I think some people are still gonna be like,
They
8
need to
matches
do
is
WWE
so much.
games. Yeah.
But I think 8 matches is pretty good.
THQ needs to do WWE games. Yes, they do. Didn't they used to do it?
I don't know. Aleister Black versus Buddy Murphy pre-show. Yeah, they'll announce at least 3 more matches before Survivor Series starts. You know?
Yeah.
Please, no.
All right.
Don't do it on the pre-show because that would suck. So anyways, guys, we'll be back tomorrow for predictions for Survivor Series. I really think we need to, maybe because it's NXT.
Maybe we'll do it Friday after SmackDown.
Bro!
Well, I'm just thinking about some of the people that we have come in, and it's the weekend, so then they could possibly be in here.
What do you mean Friday?
Friday? You know Friday?
Dude, you keep changing your mind. You were like, oh, we're going to do it on today.
Well, I
and
guess
then you were like,
Thursday, but people have to get up and go to work on.
And then you were like, oh, well, now we're going to do it on Friday.
People have to get up and go to. Well, we didn't have anything ready tonight, so it's like, but like Friday, people don't have to go to work Saturday for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So it might give people the opportunity to, because we do have some people that are overseas that could possibly come in.
Colin, give me Hoya.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So maybe we'll do it Friday to give them the opportunity to come in and see if they want to get involved with the prediction show.
Okay, so he's changing his mind, guys. We're doing it Friday.
Yeah.
And then I will tell you the
pay-per-view. We're gonna do it Friday.
I will tell you the pay-per-view shows will be on Saturday and Sunday. I can guarantee that those are not changing.
Yes, we will do those Saturday and Sunday. And we'll let you know Friday for sure if we're going to do a watch along. So predictions on Friday.
I think we should
predictions on Friday, Little Fetchini. We changed it.
I think we should.
We're gonna do it Friday because that way I think we can get more people.
I think we should do a watch along for both shows. But I'm just saying. Because I think they're gonna be some really cool surprises on both.
We might.
Maybe we will.
Maybe we'll do a watch along with both. We'll see. I'll keep my same predictions. All right.
What heel Maven is? I'm always a heel.
Yeah.
We have to fit in our 100 subscriber special somewhere.
What?
So we have to fit in our 100 subscriber.
Oh yeah, we gotta do our 100 subscriber special sometime too. So that's gotta be. And now we're up to 105. So we picked up one tonight, which is awesome.
Yes, it's super cool. So thank you to everybody who subscribed.
Anybody that subscribes, thank you. You guys are awesome. You guys
are
what makes the show fun, interesting, and fun to do.
I need to get a taller chair. Maybe that's what the 100 subscriber special should be.
Well, we're gonna get another.
I become taller.
We're gonna get another cam, so
then
it'll be
Mr. G.
So we'll have 2 cams going, one on me and one on her, just for something different.
I can't.
Wow, 12:30.
No, you guys are awesome.
It's 11:30 here.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks, Little Fetchini.
It is 11:30 here, but it feels really late, and I'm tired.
Yeah.
So.
With that, we're going to take off. Everyone have a good night. We will see you on Friday. Reminder, we stream every Monday after Raw, every Wednesday after AEW and NXT.
Short.
We stream every Friday after SmackDown. We stream after every pay-per-view. And we have a prediction show.
On Friday.
Friday. This Friday, yes. We have a prediction show before every pay-per-view. So everybody, good night. Good night, starring John. Good night, Elijah. Good night, Forgetty. Good night, Lil Fetchy. Good night, Zandel. Good night. I'm sure that James is still in here. Good night, James.
Good night,
anybody else is in the chat. Have a good evening. We are out of here. Peace out.